This man's wedding night. Murdered after only 5 hours. But the bride has no idea. The family members insisted. This is a father murder case that should be closed outside. However, the results of the police investigation. But it was beyond everyone's expectation. The truth is that on the day of the incident, the deceased's male classmate learned the bride's unspeakable secret. This handsome little pervert. Then he made a super inhumane decision. And the final result is, not only did he successfully get himself into a prison cell, let this young woman become the Pan-Jinlian who is despised by everyone. The crime occurred in Lu County, Sichuan Province. Time March 27, 2008. Story begins. Let's start with a groom who died mysteriously. This day a villager was in a deep pit in the mountain. Found a sentence about being naked. A man whose head was smashed beyond recognition. Identified by family members. The deceased just got married 3 days ago. Forensic identification. Xiao Jian. The time of death should be when he got married. Facing this sudden bad news at 10 p.m. While the family members are grieving. Feeling extremely angry again. Can't figure it out. Why did it only take 5 hours to get the marriage certificate? A good living person will die miserably in the wild. What's even more annoying is, the suspect's methods were extremely cruel. Use blunt instrument to kill Xiao. The sword's head smashed out more than a dozen big holes. He even took off his clothes pervertedly. Who on earth did such a cruel thing? This question will be answered soon. Because the family members agreed. This matter has nothing to do with Xiao Jian. Something to do with that unruly wife. However, the result of the police investigation is far more than that simple. It is said that the day of receiving the marriage certificate, the couple either goes out for romance, or do some exercise at home. But the couple's big day, but seemed extremely calm. The bride plays mahjong outside. Prince Xiao Jian plays games online. The two of them do their own thing without interfering with each other. It can be seen that their relationship is not very good. Because they have lived together for 6 years. They have been an old couple for a long time. But this would not have caused a murder in the first place. The key is at 9 p.m. Xiao Jian answered a phone call. Then hurried out. What's puzzling is, Xiao Jian didn't come home that night. But no one knows. Until the next day. Lao Xiao made breakfast and asked his son to get up and have breakfast. Only then did I know he didn't come back. Xiao Jian's wife Qiu Liping claimed. He came back from playing mahjong and went to bed. I don't know where Xiao Jian is going. But at this time, Xiao Jian's phone number couldn't be reached. Lao Xiao called his relatives and friends one by one. No one knows the whereabouts of Xiao Jian. After realizing something was wrong, they immediately sought help from the police. Police obtained Xiao Jian's call records. In order not to leave any clues, the suspect. A public phone is being used. It seems to have been planned. Just when the police had no clue. An aunt provided the police with important clues. The night of the crime. He once saw Xiao Jian and a man named Yang Zhu. New man together. But Yang Zhuxin said that he was at a certain level on the night of the incident. But the result of the police investigation was, Yang Zhuxin rented a car from a car company. Appeared downstairs at Xiao Jian's house. And what a coincidence. The car Yang Zhuxin rented. There are still some blood stains on the side door that have not been cleaned up. Finally tested. The owner of the blood stain is the groom Xiao Jian. However, what the police did not expect was that Yang Zhuxin is actually Xiao Jian's junior high school classmate. And the two of them had a pretty good relationship before. Yang Zhuxin was taken to the interrogation room. Xiao Jian's wife also followed closely behind. Because the night of the incident, Qiu Liping had many phone calls with Yang Zhuxin. Could it be that Chiu Liping and the other party should have an external relationship? We made this together through partnership. Tragedy that harms everyone. The reason is simple. Because Chiu Liping and Yang Zhuxin are a pair of wild mandarin ducks. But in this case, why does Chiu Liping still want to follow? Xiao Jian receives marriage certificate. Things have to start from 6 years ago. Xiao Jian and Chiu Liping graduated from junior high school. Just by stuff secretly. Chiu Liping gave birth to a son at a young age. Always as Xiao Jian's future wife. Food and accommodation at Xiao's house. Later, Xiao Jian went to serve as a soldier in other places. Chiu Liping, who opened a massage parlor, is unwilling to be lonely. Falling into Yang Zhuxin's sugar-coated bullets. The two often join the team in pairs. No one in the area knows about it. But Xiao Jian was cuckolded. Still have a soft spot for Chiu Liping. In my sister's opinion. The reason why Xiao Jian forgives again and again. Love is so humble. Spineless. I just don't want my children to live in a single-parent family. Also because they lost their mother when they were young. Xiao Jian knows the importance of mother. Besides, he always naively thinks that. As long as you are good enough to Chiu Liping. Sooner or later one day he will change his mind. In fact, based on the conditions of construction. It only takes a matter of minutes to find a new wife. Rich, handsome and kind-hearted. Why worry about not finding a girl who knows the goods? So on the day of the incident. What happened to these three people? Since Chiu Liping fell in love with someone else. All thoughts are on Yang Zhuxin. Once he was playing with the other person in the hotel. Caught by Xiao Jian. Chiu Liping is not only unapologetic. He also directly proposed breaking up. But Xiao Jian cried and begged him to go home. Consider children. Coupled with the economic conditions of the Xiao family. 100 times stronger than Yang Zhuxin. Chiu Liping is in trouble. Agree to continue living together with Xiao Jian. He also promised not to associate with Yang Zhuxin again. But only half a month has passed. Chiu Liping has sex with Yang Zhuxin again. Can turn around. Chiu Liping agreed to get a marriage certificate from Xiao Jian again. On Chiu Liping's wedding day. She found out that she was pregnant with Yang Zhuxin's child. For this reason, she even called the other party to tell them and said he would abort this child. Yang Zhuxin was in a bad mood that day. Have a big fight with Chiu Liping. In his opinion, he and Chiu Liping really love each other. However, his love was snatched away with a sharp sword. Thinking of the woman I love. Become someone else's wife. My own flesh and blood died before they were born. The furious Yang Zhuxin did something crazy. Crazy decision. He carried a small hammer with him. Go out and use a public phone to ask Xiao Jian out. Claiming to have a good talk with him. Xiao Jian was unprepared. Yang Zhuxin drove him to a remote area. Remote hill. The issue of Chiu Liping's ownership has not been settled yet. The attitudes of both sides are very clear. No one wants to give in. Angry and embarrassed, Yang Zhuxin took advantage of Xiao Jian's unpreparedness. Attacked from behind with a hammer. But in the eyes of the family, things are far from that simple. He also served as a soldier for Xiao Jian. Very good physique. Very responsive. It's impossible to be beaten so hard that you can't fight back. In addition, given his relationship with Yang Zhuxin, I shouldn't agree to go to the mountains to negotiate with the other party. Family members believe Chiu Liping is an accomplice. He must be collaborating with Yang Zhu psychologically. But the results of the investigation were beyond everyone's expectations. Chiu Liping does not have the qualifications to commit the crime. And he really didn't know anything about it. After being arrested, Yang Zhuxin has always denied that she is related to Chiu Liping. I repeatedly emphasized that it was just a case of his being hot-headed. even if Chiu Liping was not involved in the crime. But the whole thing started because of him. Wedding day. He caused the death of his husband. What Chiu Liping did make everyone feel extremely angry. He's like a street rat, scorned by everyone. A guilty Chiu Liping lowered her head. At this time, he fell into deep regret, claiming to be sorry for the two men who loved him. And he also decided to leave with his children. Because in local, no matter where he goes, people will point fingers behind your back. If time could go back, presumably he would not do it for temporary pleasure. Ruined his life. Ruined two men. It's a pity that there is no regret medicine in this world.